welcome to our first episode of Laugh with Your Leader. We're gonna play this game called Truth or Egg. It's gonna be really awesome, but I just wanted you guys to meet our contestants. So we're gonna start over here, ladies first, with Katie. So say your name and how long you've been a part of CPU.
Okay, hello, my name is Katie, and I've been a student since like 5th or 6th grade, and I'm a first year leader.
Awesome. Next contestant.
I am Meg, and I have, I'm not necessarily a leader.
She's not good at math, so.
That's very true. 2 plus 2 is
5.
Anyway, I have been a worship leader / leader for almost 3 years now.
Awesome,
I
awesome.
think. So.
Now our next contestant.
Hello, I'm Amanda. I was a student for 4 years, I think, and then I've been a leader for 2 now.
Awesome. Now we'll come over here to this tall, slender man over here.
Which one?
The taller, slender man.
Oh, okay, thank you. Hi, I'm Trenton. I have been a part of the CP Youth team for 4 years as a worship leader / youth leader.
I am Evan. I've been here. I was born here. So,
Here?
and then I've been a leader for 2 years.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, I'm Josh, and I've actually also been born here, just like Evan, so we've kind of been bros in that sense. We've known each other for a really long time. All right. That's a little intimate. So we're going to get this game started. So I'm going to have Evan come and sit down right here.
Yeah, Evan!
Katie, come and sit down right here.
No, Amanda.
So you guys come, take a seat
I'm going with Josh.
right here.
You're going with Josh.
Alright, so the point of this game, kind of the rules of this game, both of these contestants are going to share a story from their childhood. And the person telling the story, they're going to tell the story, and the other person is going to try and guess if that story is a truth or a lie. So if they guess correctly, the person who guessed correctly gets to smash the egg on the other person's head. If they guess incorrectly, the person telling the story gets to smash the egg on the other person's head. So let's get this started. Truth or egg. I want you guys to tell a story from your childhood. Evan, you'll be first.
Haha.
Go. Look at the camera and say it too.
How long does it have to be?
It doesn't have to be super long.
Oh, okay. In 3rd grade at Roper Elementary, one time during a recess, I got sent to the principal's office. Out of the many times I've been sent to the principal's office, but this time it was for pooping in the sandbox.
Like a kid.
Okay, Katie, is that a truth or a lie?
That's a lie.
Okay, let us know, Evan. Is it truth or a lie?
This game isn't fair.
Is it truth?
No.
It's a lie? Alright, you get to smash the egg.
Are they all?
Alright, that looks nice and cracked. That's a tasty snack for later. Alright, Katie, now it's your turn to tell us a story from your childhood.
It's in my nose.
Very nice.
Can we wear the
Don't
towels?
snort it up. Yeah, we'll use the towels later.
So,
Okay.
once upon a time, I was about 8 years old, and I have a creek in my house, right? You know this. And I went down to just play in the creek, you know? And I found some worms, and I decided to eat one. That's it.
Awesome. Alright, Evan, is that a truth or a lie? He's pondering, he's thinking about it.
That's not true.
It's not true, so it's a lie? Is that
I
correct?
thought I'd get more time to
That's
find a
correct?
story.
Okay, now you get to smash an egg on Katie's head. Here we go. Awesome.
Yeah.
Your guys' round is up. You guys can go back to your spots. Now we'll have Trenton
And
and
Amanda!
Amanda come forward.
One time I was at a concert. It was like a big music festival. It's called Lifelight. It's pretty old, but the other people around here would probably know what I'm talking about, correct?
Yeah, I know what that is.
That's right. Okay, so that's real, man. Keep track. Okay, was at Lifelight, and I got separated from my family for a solid half a day. And the whole time, whoa, don't be looking at
What?
her. I got separated from them for a whole half day. Whole half day. And during that time, look at me. During that time, I was chased by a man the whole time. And I had to escape from
whole
him
time?
the whole time. He was, literally chasing me the whole time. The whole time. And the only time I could get away from him was I hid in a porta potty for 45 minutes.
Is that a truth? Or is that a lie, Amanda?
I don't know. I feel like it could be. Either.
Could be what?
Either. I'm gonna say it's true.
Is it true?
Yeah.
It is
Good
true.
job.
Go, Amanda.
What? You can't hit me.
Yeah, that's how this game
No,
works.
no,
Yeah,
the
she
story
gets-
is true. The story is true.
I know,
I
she
got it
guessed
right.
true. She
So-
guessed true, so she gets to smack the egg
If
on
I got
your
it
head.
wrong,
What type of hypocrisy is this? Brother, man, no one told me these rules.
I just explained the rules.
I just bought this shirt.
Alright, Amanda, now you get to share your story. And then Trenton will guess if it's
Knock it
true
off.
or a lie.
You don't know
And
if
if
you
you
need that.
guess correctly, you get to smash the egg on Amanda's head. Okay, go
guess.
for it, Amanda.
Okay.
Say it.
Oops. Okay. Okay, one time when I was younger, we had a swing set in the backyard, and you know when you like, when you're on the swing but you're on your stomach, I fell and I ended up breaking my wrist.
Really sucks.
It did.
Oh.
That's true.
It's not.
No, you can't do that.
Whoa, look at his little horn.
I like how Evan did a nice little like hairdo thing over here. He looks like Jimmy Neutron. Alright, so the girls are up right now 3-1. And I forgot to mention the winning team gets to smash the rest of the eggs on the losing team.
We're winning.
So now it's gonna be me and Egg. Me and Meg, not me and Egg.
Okay, so when I was younger, I was super, super mean, and I like hated everyone. And one time I hit one of my friends with a hammer on the head. Oh my god.
That is very true. Let's go.
Yeah.
I bet you want to do that
Yes.
for a while.
Hey, hey. All right, my turn. There we go. All right, time for my story.
Okay.
Okay. When I was a kid, I enjoyed like riding bikes, and one of my friends, I lived on this like hill. I kind of lived by the pool too, and I lived on this really big hill. And my friend did this thing where, you know, when you don't use your hands when you're riding your bike every once in a while.
I can
Well,
ride
he
my
did
bike.
this down the hill with his like head up and his eyes closed, and he made it all the way down the hill. And I was like, bet. I'm gonna try and do this too. So I went to the top of the hill, I closed my eyes, and I started going down the hill, and I started to freak out, so I looked down, and there's a mailbox right in front of me, and I get clotheslined immediately. And it hurts so bad. Is that truth or a lie?
Mm, well, I feel like it's a lie. Something like that might have happened, but not exactly that.
Nope, it's the full truth. Let's go. One more egg.
Get it over with.
Yes. All right. 2 points to the boys. All right, we're gonna do one more round of this since we have a couple more eggs. And now you're gonna share a quick story, like from a church activity or something like that. So we'll go back to Evan, but we're gonna have Amanda go
gonna
with
share
Evan.
what?
Okay. This past year, I was a dorm leader at camp, and all the girls in my dorm snuck out, and they got caught by whoever the lady was, and they came back and had to do dish duty and stuff, and I slept through the whole thing.
I know this one.
I did too.
I was there. Oh.
Is it a truth or is it a lie?
Yeah, it's true.
Is it true?
I wasn't asleep. Y'all didn't know that, but I actually woke up.
You did?
Yes. So I was not asleep the whole time.
So you lied.
Yes.
Okay, so you get to smash the
Okay.
egg.
Don't tell the others.
Don't tell the others, even though it'll be like
Poor Evan.
that was a good
Got an
one.
egg twice,
That's
just
all right.
like Meg.
Yep.
Alright, Evan, you get to share your story now. Yeah, get all that goop out of here. Make it nice.
Rubbing her.
I'm trying to make it less like.
Alright, go
Well,
for it, Evan.
You guys know Cody Allen, maybe. Well, one time he got really upset at me because we used to play football on the lawn out there in middle school, where the big building is now. There's a lawn, and there's this kid named Mason. Him and I did not get along very well, and one time he took my hat. So I
That's all he
tackled
did?
him, and we got in a big old tussle and beat him up. And Cody got really, I got big time discipline. And ever since then, I was afraid of Cody and didn't like him very much.
Is that a truth or is that a lie?
It's a lie.
I mean, I like him now. I like him now, but
I like how Meg is just standing right like,
Really sticky.
I'm gonna say it's true.
Is it true?
it's a lie.
It is a lie.
Oh.
Smash that egg.
I didn't actually beat up Mason. I got accused of beating him up. It was somebody else.
Alright, next group we got Trent and Katie.
Okay, so I've been going to Camp Lex since I was in 7th grade.
Oh,
Have you been there?
yeah.
Alright, okay. Anyway, so this past year I was a senior and I was like, you know, it's my last year, I'm gonna sneak out. So, and Amanda was my dorm leader. And she was just like, you know, I'm just gonna sleep. You guys do whatever you want, I don't know anything. So we're like, okay. So we all stayed up till like 2 a.m. waiting till everyone was like to bed. We're like, okay, we're gonna wait till Shania, really short but really buff.
Oh,
and
I know
kind of
her. From
intimidating.
Bellevue?
Yeah.
Oh, she's crazy.
We're like, we're gonna wait till she goes to bed because like we do not want to get beat up by her or whatever. So we waited and then we realized. Sorry, don't follow this example. This was my past.
It's okay. Grace of God is
Last
good.
summer.
Grace of God is good.
Anyway, yeah. So we realized that the screens came out of the window. So we took out the screen and then we went through the window and we like ran, and then like I think we ran past her, but I don't know. Eventually, like the lights, like I saw her flashlight and stuff. And they're looking everywhere, so we're like hiding underneath the tree. And we're like, should we just like sleep here or something? Because like we do not want her to catch us. So, yeah. So eventually, we just made a run for it, and we're like, let's try to go to the hay bales, like
Yeah.
the hay bales. Yeah. So we tried to go there, but they saw us. So Shania came running after us, and then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stop because this could be really bad. And then she took my arm like this. She was like, what do you think you're doing and stuff like that. And I was like.
Hit her?
No, and I was like, and I was just like,
She's too nice for
sorry,
that.
this is a really long story. And I was just like, you know, it's my last year. Like, I was like being like kind of smart out there with her. I'm sorry. And yeah, yeah. And then we had dish to do the next day, and we took a picture with her, and we took her trash, and we're like, thanks for this opportunity. We love doing dishes.
So is that a truth or is that a lie?
Okay,
That long story.
There could be something wrong
minute
there.
detail. Could be wrong.
Wrong. Well, I'm gonna say that's a lie. So. No! No!
Yes! Go, just go.
Oh, Trent, don't do that.
Okay.
Do it again.
Is it tasty? Oh,
Tastes like salt.
okay.
Salt
Share
and
your
egg before you
story.
threw them out.
Share your story.
How do you put salt in this?
Okay.
For fun.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So when I actually got baptized here at Christ's Place when like last March, but before that, I actually was baptized when I was 12 at my old church called the Assembly of God in Winter, South Dakota. Our pastor there was named Randolph. And when we were getting ready for like the baptismal, so like the bathroom linked to like the offices in the back, and then it linked to like where the baptismal was. Well, I had to use the bathroom, and I've always had really bad like pooping problems. Like when I was in the 4th grade, I pooped my pants at rodeo, and then I pooped my pants. Literally, ask Megan, I pooped my pants last week. I was sitting on my bed and I pooped my pants. Like it happens.
This is going online.
I don't care.
And like 2 days ago too.
2 days
He's
ago,
like
I
Snapchatting
literally.
me, he's like, I farted and I pooped my pants.
And then you can look at my TikTok, and I made a TikTok about how I pooped in the shower too. That was like this
All right,
year.
go back to the story.
Okay, so anyway, so
Go.
okay, I'm going. Jeez. So I was getting changed, but I was like, man, I really got to take a deuce. So like I dropped one, I pooped and into the toilet, but I really have a problem with like farting and it extra coming out. So I like pulled up everything and I was going and I was getting ready to go into the baptismal, but I farted and it like got in the lining of my shorts, and then I went inside the baptismal tank and they baptized me, but no one knew that I'd like farted and it was like left some creasage.
That's nasty.
Some like on my shorts. So
I want to throw up right now. That is disgusting.
It's not that bad.
Okay, is that a truth or a
Not
lie?
everyone poops in the bathroom.
Yes, I knew it.
I can't hear it.
Where should I do it?
right here on the forehead.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah! Oh! I feel like he's enjoying
All right,
it.
last round, me and Meg again.
Yeah! Oh.
Okay, so you know, like during the game times and stuff during Camp Lex.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we have. There's always like that water day, that mud day.
Yeah.
You know, that big mud pit with
Yeah.
the volleyball and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was in the mud pit with like a couple of my goons, like Evan and Logan Wortman and a bunch of my
The
friends.
gang.
Okay, so we were doing this
Sometimes.
thing. Okay, we were playing the game, and we ended up finding glass
Oh.
in the mud pit.
I hardcore
and I
hate
ended up
that.
getting this like huge cut like on the side of my leg. I didn't get a scar. It wasn't that bad.
Oh shit.
But I ended up getting like
huge was it?
infected from it and everything, and it just really nasty and gross.
I feel like that's true.
That's all.
Oh my gosh! Oh,
Alright,
it's
go
like
for it,
all like
man.
just
I'm
chilling
so
up
sorry.
here. Look at it like everywhere.
I know. I'll clean it up later. Maybe.
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 We won't be here for a while.
Yeah.
So. Okay, so I think it was like my first year of Camp Lex,
Okay.
like one of the years. You know how like everyone goes in line to get their food,
Yeah.
and then there's like you finally get your food, and then you come over to the salad bar area.
Yeah.
It's always kind of like food dropped on the ground, like applesauce and stuff.
Okay.
It can get a little slippery. Well, my luck, I had my tray full of food, and there was applesauce, and I like completely biffed it, and like dropped my food everywhere in front of everybody.
That's a lie.
No,
It's a lie, isn't it?
no, it actually happened.
No, it can't. If it's a lie, you can't.
Where are we at?
Is it a lie?
Are we tied?
Is it a lie?
Yes.
It's a lie. Yes. All right. So since it's 6-6, since it's 6-6,
Sorry.
Just have eight dodgeball.
Oh.
we're gonna have Trenton
No.
and we're gonna have Meg, brother and sister. So they should know each other really well, and they're gonna tell a story like from a time like when they were at school, something from their.
In your hands.
No.
Yes, we go. Brother and sister, intuition. Come
No,
on.
I don't want to. Just tell the story.
Give me your hands.
No.
Give me your hands.
You're looking in the camera anyway.
Both looking at the same time. That was so cute. Aww.
That was creepy.
Look at how yellow my
Okay,
hands are.
just go. Share your story.
Your party ring looks stunning.
Dude, share your story.
Flexing that ring.
Go.
All right. So, when I was in the 7th grade, so we like had spelling, you remember spelling with Mrs. Rhodey?
Yeah.
Okay, so like we did spelling classes, and we had to like write down words and stuff like that, and I accidentally copied down the wrong lesson for the wrong week, so I like copied down the next week. So I asked a friend if I could copy his, and so I copied his, and ending up, Mrs. Rhodey, because she's a brilliant teacher, found
Hey,
like,
Mrs. Rhodey.
hey, found that
Quick shout out.
mine, yeah, Julie, hey, found that mine and the other guy's, Avery Davis, hey,
Another shout out.
another shout out, he and I's were so identical, and he was one of the smartest kids, so I made sure to like copy his. His and I's were so identical that she found out that I like cheated off of him and like took his paper or whatever. Anyway, this whole thing, I thought it was just gonna be like, oh, don't cheat again. No. I got put up in the freaking principal's office. I was crying because our principal, Mr. Armstrong, hey, was so mean and so like, oh, and stuff like that. So when I was a 7th grader, I cheated on a test for spelling, not test, but a paper for spelling, and it made me cry, and I was really scared, and now I hate Avery. Just
Is that a truth or
I
a
feel
lie?
like a lot of that was a lie. I feel like maybe you cheated, but you don't really cry very much, so I don't really believe that part.
So you're saying lie.
Yeah.
Is it a lie?
yeah.
Yes!
Okay, so
So I get to smash an
You
egg!
smash an egg.
I'm gonna do this one. It kind of looks. Look at it. It's kind of nice.
Throw it at me.
No.
Come on, it'll be fun.
Like
Throw
where?
it at
I don't know,
him.
just
His
throw it.
dent.
Do it again. Do it again.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right,
Little
Paige,
Jewish, like,
tell us your story.
Okay, so you know how I'm like pretty bad at math?
Might as well just start now.
May the Lord be with my future children. So I always told mom and dad like throughout high school that I had like a C in math because I was like, they could probably believe that. But I was failing most of the time, and I never let them know.
Is that a truth or a lie?
Because like sorry to all the teachers, but I never brought home my report card. I just signed mom and dad's name.
Do not do that.
Forgery is
Do
against
not
the
do
law.
that.
Oh yeah, don't do
All right,
that.
is that truth or a lie?
I was pretty bad.
I was worse at school than you were, though.
Yeah, but
My GPA was real low, and I didn't ever lie about my grades.
But you probably didn't care.
it's
True. That's a lie, gosh dang it.
It is. Don't shut it at me.
Just smash it. Just smash it. Just smash it. Just smash it. Oh, you completed.
I missed.
All right.
No, you're not gonna do it again.
Yes, I do.
No, you watched
Yeah,
it.
really.
No, what?
Oh goodness.
No.
Now we're tied again.
We're tied. So this is what's gonna happen.
I don't want any more eggs.
Dodgeball.
We are all just gonna stand here and we're all just gonna get egged
What?
by me.
What?
Oh
It's fine. Alright, you guys they all get to egg me.
Yeah.
The rest of the eggs get to be egged. Okay, so 3, 2,
That like
1,
egg.
egg me. Alright guys, thanks for watching Laugh with Your Leader and for an episode of Truth or Egg. We love you all. Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye.
Alright.